I actually do have an interesting story to tell for this review because I'm pretty sure I met the director of this movie, Sam Raimi, like in real life. Okay, picture this. I was at a show, right? And it was intermission and I was waiting in line for the bathroom and I saw a guy at the concession stand. I was like, huh, that guy looks like Sam Raimi. So now I'm curious. So I Google what Sam Raimi looks like just to be sure. And I'm like, huh, that guy really looks like Sam Raimi. So Sam, if you're watching this video and you were at a performance of the Music Man revival starring Hugh Jackman, then please tell me because I need that closure in my life. Anyways. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a very big film. It has a lot to do in its 2-hour runtime, and my biggest worry leading up to real release was that it would crack under all that pressure. And even though it isn't perfect, I'm really happy to report that director Sam Raimi managed to do a pretty good balance between the film's complex story and its characters and thematic elements. Normally I say these film stories are pretty simple, but this one's really isn't, so here's a brief synopsis instead. When a new threat appears, Doctor Strange will have to team up with a new ally, America Chavez, to travel the multiverse and stop this new threat from getting its powers. My biggest fear for this film was that it would be all action and not many emotional scenes, which in my opinion is what makes a good film. But I was proven wrong, because a good amount of the stuff that Sam Raimi was able to stuff into this movie was a good amount of emotion. There are a good amount of character arcs and emotional scenes in this movie, and I'm happy to say that all of them hit the mark just right. I would say they're on par with, in my opinion, Sam Raimi's best work, Spider-Man 2. But the focus is still mainly on the story, and that does kind of restrict how much depth there can be. My prime example of this would have to be the sinister version of Doctor Strange. He's a great character who serves a great thematic purpose, but he's introduced smack dab in the middle of an already convoluted story. The film has to be like this to maintain its good pacing, and I do understand that Sam Raimi jumped into the film when Scott Derrickson left, but looking at the film critically, it is a slight issue. The characters of this film are great, and the film does create a really great character arc for Doctor Strange. But the standout here is definitely Wanda. She is the most interesting character here, and she is given a lot of focus. The cameos in the film are pretty fun, but I will admit they are kind of surface level. They're not like the cameos in No Way Home where they actually serve the story that much. But even so, they are a lot of fun to watch. Sam Raimi was the perfect choice to direct this movie. He brings his unique sense of style and his set of filmmaking skills to the table here. The film is incredibly colorful and has a lot of unique shots from unconventional camera angles that make it stand out from other Marvel movies visually. Not only that, but the film also has a ton of action sequences, and each one of them brings some unique concepts to the table. This makes each of them feel distinct from each other, and it means the film has a lot of variety in its action sequences. There are also a surprising amount of horror aspects for a PG-13 Marvel movie. There are action sequences where this film treats its villain like a horror movie monster. Not to mention some pretty gruesome deaths. There were welcome additions for me, but I don't know if I would recommend this movie to small children. Sam Raimi's other big directorial strength is building engaging characters, which I already mentioned that he does here. These character arcs give the film meaning beyond its convoluted plot, and that's the mark of a true good film. And that's really all I have to say about Multiverse of Madness. Overall, it may not be perfect, but Sam Raimi was able to come in and give this film a unique style and enough of an emotional core to make this film feel like more than just 2 hours of multiversal action. And if Sam Raimi stays on as the director for the third film from the very beginning, I have a feeling these same traits will be even better in the next one. I'm gonna have to give Multiverse of Madness an 8.75 out of 10. It was a joy to watch, and it had just enough of an emotional core to get me to care. I don't know what else to say. In my opinion, it's a must-see Marvel movie, so go watch it.